Hi, it's Andrew Shaw, Shotzi here again. You are now seeing my second installment of the master copy of John Singer Sargent's self-portrait. I am now in the fine-tuning stage, but still kind of rough fine-tuning, if that makes any sense. You can see I'm using a mid-sized brush, and I'm just kind of going around the face, not spending too much time in any one area, and trying to just make things a little more precise. But like the ear, as you see, it is quite inaccurate. I just kind of setting the stage so that I can come back to it at some point and do even more fine-tuning. Same thing with his left eye. I've shrunk it down quite a bit because I was trying to get sort of the values around it. I will come back later on and get the size more accurate. Like in all my paintings, it's very important that I don't spend too much time in any one spot. That will tighten me up and will get me too focused on detail too early. I'm trying to stay very loose, trying to stay very rough, which in fact is in keeping with the style of John Singer Sargent. And even though his portraits are extremely realistic, they tend to be quite loose, more expressive. Here I'm adding some values to his cap, just to give a little more dimension. And I'm also recognizing that his beard has a lot of different values. It's dark in spots, it's lighter in spots. And I'm just trying to get that pattern, the relationship, how these line up with each other. It's like, how do the eyes line up with the ear, with the nose, with the forehead? Every mark and every spot in the painting is a comparative place for other parts of the painting. So I'm looking at the relationships. And now I'm using negative space, the background, to fine-tune the shape. I felt that his back was a little too large, so just shrinking it a bit, shrinking his cap a little tiny bit, making some adjustments on his collar. These are all fairly minor adjustments, but they will just add to the accuracy and the overall readability of the final product. And bring in some very light values. I'm putting them in looser and rougher. And I will eventually blend these a little bit by adjacent values and adjacent colors. When we started with the ear earlier, it was quite cool and very gray. I'm trying to warm it up with some yellow, and I will likely add some red at some point. And I'm trying to do some fine-tuning work on his eye. Still using a mid-size detail brush. I'm not down to the very small little brush. As I say, I do a little bit of work on the eye, then I move. Then I might come back. Down to his beard and his mouth, up to his nose, and then down to his jacket. To say, it's very easy to neglect other parts that are less interesting, but they are all important pieces of support for the main figure, for the main area of focus. Now I'm down to a smaller brush, trying to get a little bit of the detail between the white of the eye and the actual iris. Just getting those small little shapes. Here I am back at the nose. I'm actually nearing the end of the second installment. I'd like to believe it's a bit closer, and as such, I feel satisfied with the session. Should I decide I want to continue to work on this, I am free to do that. I can free to do that at any time. I can do it the next day, or I can do it 2 years later. But for now, I'm going to leave it at this spot. Thank you for watching, and please keep an eye out for any future time-lapse tutorials of this nature. Bye-bye.